So it's another Saturday, which means it's another Gold Diggers vlog, and we're back on familiar territory today, mainly due to the ongoing transport issues. So we're back in Lymington versus the high-flying Portchester for what could be a few goals today.
Here we are at Lymington Town, back in the clubhouse again for today's game against Portchester. Last time we were here, it was the opening sort of home game of the season for Limo, because the cricket season just finished. There was no beer on draft, but I'm pleased to say the Foster's is back on draft today for £4, absolute bargain. There's some cinch up their cider as well. Lovely clubhouse, it's very modern. A few Portchester fans already here, 2 o'clock for 3 o'clock kick-off. It's also got a bit of hot food, they serve a bit of hot food there, as you can see, cup of tea on a nice winter's day watching Wessex football. And then behind us is a foosball table. So Craig's going to have plenty of fun on that later when the other kids all get here. But yes, nice clubhouse. A lot of the income for the club itself comes on match day in the clubhouse, people buying beers. So if you do come down to the ground, so buy a drink, buy some food, it just helps the clubs out, keeps them going. We're going to enjoy the game today. Cheers. With DJ iGaming, aka Jay, who does a lot of social media content for Portchester, but also has his own gaming channel as well. So tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so gaming channel mainly covers FC Mobile, things like that. We've got the odd crazy short of Chelsea players messing up things, but yeah, generally it's aimed at like the teenage audience, and I have a great time creating content for them. I'm actually awful at the game, but they seem to enjoy watching me play. And then yeah, the lads behind me, I do all the AFC Portchester content, so that's voiceovers for the games, I take the video cam footage, record my own footage, player interviews, coach interviews, yeah, all sorts. I love it.
How did you get into that with Portchester?
With Portchester, they're actually my boyhood team, so Paul Kelly, the chairman, I know since I was a nipper. He coached me when I was about 6.
Yeah.
So come back from London, Paul saw my YouTube account and was like, oh, you won't do that for the club, will you? Yeah, that was it. Next thing I know, every weekend I don't have a life.
So how Portchester fans really interacting with that sort of?
They absolutely love it. I think, have you been down to the on-site group stadium yet?
Portchester, yeah.
Yeah, so the facilities there are absolutely brilliant.
Amazing, yeah.
The following the club have. It's a real community feel now at the club, and they're really behind the club. There's just so much like passion, and you really feel it. We've had a couple of last-minute winners in the last couple of games, and you know, it's like being at Fratton Park. The way it erupts, it's just absolutely brilliant. And for me, like I love football whole of my life. Never any good at it, but always followed it. And yeah, to be involved in a club that hopefully we're on the up. I don't want to jinx it. If we win today, it's 13 wins on the bounce. So. We'll see how it goes, but hopefully it'll be lucky 13 for us.
And finally, how important is social media to sort of Wessex League teams in particular?
I think, you know, I try to base our model almost around the Dorking Wanderers. Like, we don't really have any out there characters quite like the Dorking coach. However, we are seeing a lot of traction. The shorts are getting more and more views with every match. We're getting more subscribers with every game, and it just gives us that extra avenue. I mean, I had a look at our stats. 70% of our subscribers are from the Netherlands. I don't know if that's because we play in orange. I don't have a clue, but I found it absolutely fascinating, and it just gives us a broader spectrum. I think, you know, we get comments that aren't in English on our channel, and I'm on Google Translate just to try and understand what they're saying. But it broadens our fan base, and you know, the aim. We've only just started our YouTube, and it's at AFC Portchester official if you do want to join. But yeah, for us, it's very much trying to get to that 1,000 subscriber mark. And I do have to say, one of our first 1,000 subscribers is going to win a signed AFC Portchester shirt. So make sure you get on there.
Brilliant. Cheers.
score on today's game, it's Lymington versus Portchester today. Two teams at opposite ends of the tables, but I think in terms of Portchester, I think they're picking up after a bit of a slow season, haven't they?
Yeah.
In terms of the big wins that they were expecting, probably the fans, just from speaking to them in general last few weeks. But they're looking good now, and have to say they're probably going to be up there or thereabouts at the end of the season in terms of that top spot. Definitely in the top four, aren't they?
Yeah,
I'm going to say.
yeah.
But Lymington, on the other hand, still waiting for that first win, aren't they? In terms of, but Matt's watched them the other week, and they do seem more promising. So, what do you think, Matthew, in terms of the plight of Lymington at the moment?
Well, Adam Coleman's brought in Ollie Brown from Blackfield and Langley and Dale Hines from Downton, who's in goal, and I think both of those players will improve the team. Connor Ings, who's ex-Brockenhurst, adds a bit of experience into the team as well now.
But they lost a few players to Brock recently, haven't they?
Blackfield and Langley, I think it was actually. But,
oh, really? Okay.
But it's a young team, as we keep saying. So, but the performances are getting a lot better. It's they just need to get that first result across the line, I think. But that's a lot more harder to do than just some good performances can do. So there's need a bit of luck, maybe. Get that first result in, and you don't know where they're going to pick up from now. A lot more confidence in the team.
Yeah. But in terms of current form, Matt's got a little sheet here, so he might as well read it because he was scribbling it out earlier when I come around.
Portchester up 13 unbeaten in a minute, but lost 4. They've beaten Christchurch 3-2. Surprisingly close result.
Yeah.
Shaftesbury 2-1, great result. Cal Sports 4-1 and Petersfield 5-2. For Limo, unlucky against Portsmouth, lost 4-2, but then a 7-1 defeat to Stoneham, 5-0 to Petersfield, and a handball 4-1, which is a game I came to the other week, and I think they played really well that sort of first half.
Yeah.
And then the second half, once the second got in, I think heads dropped. For Portchester, obviously got Lee Walt up front, and they've got Scott Jones by his back. He's on the bench today.
Surfing in the USA.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys going on
so
there.
That can make a huge difference to them firepower-wise. But it's going to be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Lymington going to have to go have a game plan to see what they can do to contain Portchester a little bit, and then see if they can nick a goal.
Yeah, I think we're just hoping Portchester don't score too early, stays competitive for as long as it can, but you never know at this level. Yeah. Probably their closest game apart from Lymington.
Every house anymore, is it? Equaliser.
Oh, great save.
No, that's
That was
I was expecting, or probably most people that's come to the ground today was expecting, but combination of Portchester not being at their best today, really, to be honest, and they scored first 5 minutes, didn't they, early doors?
Ryan Woodford with a header from a free kick, was it?
Yes, yeah, it was good, good finish, but unfortunately we missed it because the camera decided to shut itself off at the crucial moment, and Matt was in the toilet, so I blame him. And yeah, after that, it's been a lot of huffing and puffing from Portchester. Probably had about half a dozen chances. Combination of poor finishing and Lymington goalkeeper pulling off a few good saves, I thought. And Lymington huffing and puffing, but they're having a go, to be fair. They're not just sitting back and sticking 10 men behind the ball, which is good to see. So might make for an interesting second half. What do you think, Matt?
I think Lymington have come out with a game plan. They've gone out to frustrate Portchester, and they have to a certain degree. But also, like you said, it's partly because I don't think Portchester are firing in all cylinders as well.
Not today.
But Lymington have had their chances. I mean, Richard Backery robbed Issy Kagger, the Portchester left back, of the ball. And instead of shooting, he squared it, and he should have had a shot because he had a shot on goal. Unlucky from a free kick as well. Jesse Cabin, I think, was the guy who took it, and it was going into the bottom corner. Malfrap got down really well to push it around the post. Like you said, Portchester have hit the bar. They've had their chances, but Dale Hind in goal for Lymington pulled off a couple of saves. But I think it's one of those ones, if Portchester get the second, they might get a few more. But then Lymington, if they can stay in the game, you never know.
Give me the lottery number.
Poole Town is 7-0.
Are they?
Decent result.
What have they got?
So they're on pace to get their first point.
They are.
That's on the line, isn't it?
I finally got Portchester.
Yeah, I'm ref. Well done, whistle.
James Crane. Adam, not the result you wanted, but very good performance nonetheless.
Yeah, I think we're on our own path. We have to concentrate on what we're doing on and off the pitch this season. The squad is evolving. We have a more experienced side out there today. Hopefully another one or two coming in the next couple of weeks as well. And then we'll start seeing results turn, I think.
Did you go out of a game plan particularly today against Portchester? Because they're a very good side, obviously, to try and nullify their attack a little bit.
No, not really. We concentrate on what we want to do on the pitch. So obviously Portchester are a great side. They're pushing for promotion, pushing to win the league. But for us, it was a free hit. So we went out and we played as we want to play against most sides. And I think similar sort of things. We need to take our chances, maybe be a bit more composed in the final third. We certainly had 2 or 3 chances first half. One right at the start of the second half as well. Who knows what happens at that point if we take 1 or 2 of those.
You've brought a few players in. Dale Hind come in, Connor Ings and Ollie Brown. And how have they settled into the team?
Really good. Yeah, really good. I mean, Connor's 20-year-old lad, but he's played about 100 Wessex Prem games, so he's young but he's experienced. Dale, I think was number 2 at Weymouth for a while. He's played at Bashley, maybe a couple of other places as well, so he's got experience at this level. He was out last season for injury, so it was good to get him in. As you can see, good couple of saves today.
Brilliant saves, to be
Did
fair.
his job really well. Ollie Brown came over from Blackfield. He's a handful, yeah, skillful. Yeah, we've seen him play better than we have done today, but yeah, really good young player, but yeah, very skillful. Yeah.
So not far away from that first win, I don't think, personally, but
I don't think so. I mean, we've got Fareham on Tuesday in the Cup, so we'll go and take a strong side there. Then I think it's Andover, and then we've got a run of teams in and around us. So our run till Christmas is going to be important. So I think, as you've seen, the performance was good today. It was a pretty close game. Yeah, there's 2 or 3 lapses of concentration just changed the game for us. We cut those out, and we're very close. Yeah,
that's brilliant. Thank you, Adam. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Firstly, massive apologies goes to Sean Deitch. All is forgiven. 3-2, get in. I win the battle of the vlogs. Anyway, on today's game, it finished Lymington Town 0, Portchester 3. Pretty comfortable second half of Portchester, I thought. Once they got the second goal through Woodford,
Yep.
he got his second from another set piece. So 2 headers, 2 goals. Thank you very much. And then the third goal was scored by Crane, who rose above everyone else to pretty much tuck the ball in the net. So, and then after that, Lymington huff and puffed a bit. Not really much end product, I thought. It just seems to be that final ball, isn't it? Lacking that little bit of confidence. But you can definitely see there's some progress within the team, because they didn't give up throughout the game, still kept their shape, and yeah, I thought their result was going to come at some point, but we'd like to watch them probably play against one of the lesser teams.
It was a rusty Portchester performance. I feel it wasn't the usual all guns blazing.
Wasn't free flowing, was it?
No, but I think Lymington did really well with their game plan to stifle them.
Yeah.
Especially in the first half. They're unlucky. They had a few chances. If they'd taken that, you don't know how the game would have gone. But like you said, it's fine margins. It's that final decision sometimes in the box, which I think has cost them today.
Yeah.
But like you said, I'd like to see them play against, say, the Blackfield and Langleys, the Christchurches, because it'd be interesting to see where, against those teams how they do.
Yes, and finally, I was meant to say that Crane rose to the occasion, not rose above everyone else, because he actually hit the ball with his foot, not his head.